Hello, hello. I'm going to have some people joining me pretty soon, guys. We decided to go live. I thought I had an interview today, but I didn't. So I decided to just go live and kind of talk about, what's going on in the world of indie, basically what's up. So I've sent the invite out to a couple people. We'll see who shows up, who doesn't. We're going to talk about Cthulhu Invades Oz, of course, but we're going to talk about just indies in general and kind of this week in indie, what's going on. So it's going to take a minute to get everybody going and to get everything going on. My internet is kind of being a butt here, so you can't see me. If you're here, give me a comment. Like I said, I'm sending invites out now to the people who wanted to join. So yeah. So what's up, guys? How has your Saturday been? I had a pretty good day. I started out going to the Recount event. So the Recount is a book by Jonathan Hendrick. Jonathan's doing a really good job of bringing people in the community. So he had a signing over at Kingdom of Comics. That was really, really cool. Again, anybody who has something live or has a comic they want to talk about, you're more than welcome to come on. Just go ahead and send me an invite, send me a message, and I'll send you that link. I'm getting the links out as quickly as they're coming in. So that's that. But yeah, so Jonathan Hendrick had a wonderful little kind of hangout. Got Stony here. Hey, Stony.
Hello, how are you?
Good, you're good. I'm completely confusing Stony and my whole team because I told them, hey, 7:30 to 8:30, we have this thing. This was not the thing that's tomorrow. I misread the dates. So that's for CromCon. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk about things that happened in indie. So I invited anybody who has a Kickstarter or anything going on. Again, if you're a Facebook friend of mine, message me on Facebook. We're going to talk about it. If people can leave a comments, wherever you're watching this, from Cthulhu, from my YouTube, or you're watching it from my Facebook, just leave a comment. Let me know that you're here. I know that we've seen some shares. We've got 11 people watching right now, Stony.
Nice. Hi, everybody.
So, Stony, for those who don't know you, what exciting thing happened this week in comics for you? I know something that has to do with you.
My second issue for my book, Villainous, came out. I'm really excited about this. We've gotten some really good feedback on it, and people seem to enjoy it. So I'm really excited to have this out there in people's hands. And yeah.
So they're not saying you're a one-hit wonder. They're saying that you can do at least 2 issues.
Exactly. So far, just yeah.
Exactly 2 issues though. That's
yeah. Still up in the air on the third. We'll have to wait and see.
Now, it's on my stack. I'm going to be honest. I haven't got to it yet. But from an interview that you said, this is the villain issue, right? The first issue was the heroes and the main character. But this is the villain issue, right?
Yeah, this one we get to really meet the villains and get to dive into them a bit more and get into their heads a little bit. And yeah.
Who was more fun to write?
That's hard. That's like picking my kids, right?
Right, yeah. According to you, there's a whole bunch of kids in the background that you didn't even know you had.
That's true, yeah. Yeah. We have picked up extras occasionally. We took them to the zoo once, and I started counting our ducks and ended up with an extra, so we had to go find their parents because they just got in line with the rest of them, and we didn't know. I enjoyed them all. It's hard to say. Because I really enjoyed getting into the villains and what motivates them, but the heroes can be such crazy, wacky fun throughout this series. I really enjoyed getting to go a little overboard sometimes.
So is it hard, to do the Mad Cave model, right, where you create this universe, but then it's not yours? Is that tough for you?
It is a little bit. They were really cool about, everything I wanted to do. They reined me in very little. There was some character designs, and I think they had me change some dialogue so we wouldn't get sued. But other than that, they really had like this it was my own playground I got to be in, and they really told me no over very few things. So I think moving forward, if they ever decided to let somebody else write in this universe, I think that might be a little more difficult than anything else I've encountered.
Right. Yeah, because I love Mad Cave. I think they're doing some amazing things. And I love the freedom that you guys have because, I've talked to a couple of you guys, not just you. I've talked to David. I've talked to, can never say his name, who created Dryfoot. Can't think of his name. Jared. I'm struggling with his last name, not his first name. In creating this wonderful universe that you got to kind of say goodbye to because that was kind of part of the deal, which I think makes the next generation, the next group coming up, a little bit easier pill to swallow, right?
Sure, yeah.
You're just writing stuff we got.
Yeah, absolutely. And it gives the next group more playgrounds to play in, more sandboxes to choose from when they're doing their talent hunt submissions. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Let me add Javi here. What's up, man?
What's up, guys? Stony?
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good.
Yeah, Stony. Have you met Stony before? Have you seen him on the podcast or what?
I've seen these guys on live. It's actually kind of cool to be actual to sit and talk, so that's cool. I'm kind of like I'm fanning here, so.
Stony has been. I love you, man. Like you have been so great with this whole process, the whole thing. I'm super excited that you're part of this. I'm going to make that phone call that we talked about after this
sure.
Thing to make sure it's up. But you've been great. It's been super fun to have you part of this whole process. It's Cthulhu Invades Oz, and it was draining the last couple of days. We were right up the cusp of $15,000, $300 backer left. So we work our way back up. $1,500 backer, guys. That was Thursday and Friday. And I know the team is just as devastated as me because I get the messages. They're like, what's going on? And that's the hardest part of running this, right? Is the will we fund, right? The fear. It's not that we don't all believe that we'll fund. It's that it's not there yet.
Yeah.
But the thing on that right there, if you don't like the game, if you don't love the game, the whole venture to get to where you need to be, then you're in the wrong industry. Because it's the game and the trip to get there. And once you produce a great product, it's going to get there. It's just that whole thing that you got to go through, the steps and the processes, promoting your product, and all that. And if you don't love the game, it's just you're in the wrong thing. I love the game too, so that's like what drives me the most is I want to see this happen. I haven't made anything happen yet, but you guys are successful at it, so it's like a new high every time you do this.
Absolutely. Is this the biggest chunk of change you've ever asked for, Travis? I mean,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's what scares me the most. I normally fund in 3 days.
Wow.
A week was like the longest. So for me, like I don't know how to respond to this. This is not my world, right? We've got another person joining us. We've got the legendary Marcus Roberts.
Legendary.
Yeah, we will. I was telling Stoney there was someone with a balder, more beautiful head than his coming. Stoney still wins the beard, but you win the head.
If I let all this gray beard grow out, man, I'd scare the kids.
So we got a couple of questions. I don't know why they're not appearing in our back comments here, but whatever. So let me address those first. So Mike Bengston, hopefully I said that right. He said, Mad Cave, he loves you. He said, is Villainous tied to a universe? Like what company?
No, I mean, it's within the Mad Cave world, but it's its own thing. I don't think it's tied to any other, at least not officially, at least not yet. It's its own little world. So,
right, yeah. Each of the Mad Cave properties are their own separate thing. I don't think they've done a crossover yet, or even talked about it. I mean, maybe they haven't that secret writers group.
Right. Yeah. The writers, we as writers have talked about it before, wanting to do something together, or mash our universes together, or play in one sandbox together, an anthology or something. We'd love to do that. All of us write a Battle Cats story or something, or they did a Altered Image, I think it was called, where they put a bunch of image properties together in the same story, and that would be kind of cool to pick a character from each little Man Cave universe and throw them all in the same wacky story. That'd be a lot of fun.
That would be fun. Look, I fixed the comments, guys. If you guys look, I have the comments for the first time. I don't know. Look at them. Fancy. I got my favorite pretty lady. How are you? I assume he's talking about Stony.
I'm assuming.
When he says, hey. But all right, so we haven't gone around the room yet. Let's go around the room, and then we'll do what's up, because you got all sorts of new stuff. So we talked a little bit about Stony. Stony, tell everyone who you are, and then we're going to move off of you because we talked about Villainous a little bit. Tell everyone who you are, why you're important, and why they should back Cthulhu Invades Oz.
So I'm Stony Williams. I was one of the 2018 Talent Hunt winners from Mad Cave Studios. I have a 5-issue story arc with Villainous. The second issue just came out this week. I'm really super proud of this book. David Galliano, who is also of Mad Cave fame, he did Savage Bastards, wrote a story for Cthulhu Invades Oz and asked me to color it. This is really my first coloring endeavor, and I learned a lot, and I'm really excited to be part of this project. And the story we did is amazing. I'm just really excited, and this is absolutely a story that you want in on. So
nice. So we're going to go to Marcus next. Marcus,
yes, sir.
Week, a big. So William, I see that. Hold on. Before we go, writers groups are handy. One of the things I managed to get together, for Savannah on Facebook, is put the private group together and just invite the folks who like to work on our projects. Make it easy to share the poster opportunities to come outside. Yeah, writers group. I have one locally, and I know Javi has a whole Discord server that whenever I want to talk to him, he wants recordings. He wants it for prosperity. I assume it's because he's the man. He's Big Brother.
I'm Native American. I don't have anything to do with Big Brother.
William, I know you have a Kickstarter. If you want to come on this, just private message me and I'll give you the link. So Marcus, this was a big time for you. Your world changed. You finally put on your big boy pants and joined us on Kickstarter. Tell us what that's like. How has it been?
Well, I had been kind of slow to get on the Kickstarter train, but I kept seeing success after success, and not so much the big numbers, but just people able to get their projects funded, and then looking at the quality that turned out because of the funding that they were able to get. So I'm like, I need to add that success into my formula. So right. I launched my first Kickstarter, first ever. I've backed a lot of Kickstarters, promoted a lot of Kickstarters, and, celebrated the success of a lot of Kickstarters. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and jump in the deep end, and it's either sink or swim. What I didn't know was everything that was entailed in actually putting it together, which I want to thank Vince White for helping me out. Vince was very instrumental in helping me actually get the concept of setting up my page. Right. Bradley Golden. Bradley has been just the man because he's run Kickstarters before. So he was like, look, man, I can tell you from my experience, but every Kickstarter is different, and you just have to roll with it from day to day. But I put it out there. I put myself out there, and like I said, it's sink or swim. I'm hoping that I'm going to swim. The project, which is the second volume of The Protector, it is a very big thing. The first volume actually was nominated last year for a Glyph Comic Award, the Rising Star Award. So this second volume, the anticipation for it is high.
Right. Well, and I love it. There's a rhino in it. So
the That was one of the first things. Now, if in case everyone didn't know, Travis and I both being in Florida, we see each other at cons, and we're able to talk to each other. Travis is a friend of mine, and a good friend at that. But he came to me one day at a con. He said, "Look, man, the rhino, man, I want more of the rhino. You got to give the rhino a name." So for like months now, Travis has been like, "The rhino, man, it's the rhino. What's the rhino's name? You got to name the rhino."
Well, here's the thing. I have a black guy with dreads in my comic, so I see that. That's seen, but there's no rhinos in my comic, so I need something new, something amazing, and a white rhino. We need that.
And the rhino actually has some action scenes in it, man. So you, like I said, you're gonna love it.
So Sam, yeah, go ahead and come on. Sam only got a couple of minutes, but I want to allow him a second to give a quick pitch before he has something at 8. Danny says that he loves me. Danny also says that he loves. Oh no, that's Avi saying that he likes him and loves Stoney.
Danny's a great guy. I love Danny. Yeah,
Danny's cool.
Yeah, good people.
Yeah, we'll drop the links. We'll definitely drop the links throughout the show. If you guys want to drop them in the comments, guys, that would be great. Or private message me and I can drop them in the comments. Javi, we're gonna get ready. Am I saying it right? It's Javi, right? How should I be saying it?
Javi.
Javi.
Yep.
Like Javier. Okay. Sam.
Hey guys, Javi, what's up, man? Hey, Travis, guys, good to see y'all.
So, Sam has more important things to do. If my guess, probably a CromCon.
I've got actually a CromCon slot. I've got an interview I've got to line out, and I've got 2 other folks who I'm talking to for a little last minute article that's going out on Monday night, Tuesday morning, our last day of our campaign for 47 Furious Tales. We had a big jump the last 3 days. We bumped up $1,200 in the last 3 days. So that's been really nice. Yeah, we are I think $1,100 away right now from our $6,000 goal, and so that's pretty cool.
Well, since you're only here for a minute, why don't you tell everybody about these 47 rodents who are vicious and angry or doing things?
I know, right?
Tell everyone about them and why they should spend their hard-earned money on that.
Well, if you like Kurosawa films, if you like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Anthropomorphic Animals, if you like Usagi Yojimbo, I think you're really going to like this series. It's a 12-issue limited series retelling the story of the 47 Ronin. And we've done a really neat job with it. Alexia Veldhausen is the principal artist, colorist, and editor on that. I write and do all the crowdfunding, fulfillment, and publishing, and all that kind of stuff. And I got to tell you, she's done some absolutely beautiful work. I don't know if you've seen some of the inked pages we've teased out today. And then, of course, the color pages that we've been teasing out on the campaign is just absolutely remarkable. We teased out today's an image of a 2-page spread that she's done, which is a composition of the inside of Eiko Castle with Asano Naganori, Yoshio, and I think 16 of the samurai are clearly seen. There's just only so much space, but done some really great work with that. These beautiful brushed strokes from the ink work. It's just unbelievable. And we're going to fund. I have the utmost confidence in it. So it's been really cool. And we've had great support. Javi, thank you. Travis, thank you. Guys, I mean, it's fellow indie creators who've been coming out and helping us out, just like, we take and try and share out stuff for everyone. I mean, Cthulhu Invades Odds obviously has been across our Twitter and Instagram and Facebook pages. Mike Shea's work is always across our stuff. Mad Cave Studios, particularly Brian Hawkins, who I think is probably one of the best indie comic writers. That's not fair. He's one of the best comic writers in the world, I think, in my opinion.
Are you guys dating? I'm just curious. If
no.
As surprising
as it is, I am an incredibly flaming heterosexual.
Okay.
I have like more kids. I have almost as many kids as I have fingers, if that tells you anything. Um,
I have a beautiful wife, and I still love Dawson's Creek and musical theater. You know, it's fine.
I've never seen Dawson's Creek. I was away doing other things when that was big. Musical theater is cool, but never have seen Dawson's Creek. I was
I
away.
don't feel
for a
bad
while.
either, Ron.
So, by the way, I understand, Travis, you picked up issue 1 out of the collective, right?
Yes.
What'd you think?
It was good. I enjoyed it. It's not my thing. Well, let me revise. It is my thing, but only for Ninja Turtles.
Gotcha. How'd you think about our actual composition, though?
But
Where you
the
put that
other
together?
part of it, the art is so beautiful. Like, that doesn't matter, right?
Mhm.
Like, really, like at the end of the day, art sells a book just as much as story, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm all in. You know, I realized I hadn't backed. I just backed 2 seconds ago to get my issue 2.
Cool.
I thought I backed. You know, like many people.
I had the same thing happen with Cthulhu Invades Oz. I could have swore I was in on day 1, and I was looking at my list. I'm like, where the hell is my Cthulhu in there? And I found that I was actually just on the reminder. I'm like, no, that shouldn't be right. So I don't know if I was on the pre-launch page or where I was when I did that, but I thought I was in on day 1. But I caught up. I was backer 333.
Nice.
Yeah,
a lot of people think that they like, I know people who back all of my projects and haven't backed this one. And I'm always like, should I message them? I don't want to be that guy. But I know they miss it. Like, Marcus misses almost half my Kickstarters. He'll back every other one. It's not that he doesn't want to. It's just you got to remind him, because there's so many things in his purview on a regular day basis.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to
But
message
at least I'll
everyone.
hit you up. At least I'll hit you up in a private message like, yo, man, I missed this, so I got to buy the book from you.
Sure, it's not from me. He'll message you.
Did you get the second printing, or did you get the last of the first printing that they had?
I got the second printing. I don't have the first.
Gotcha. Pardon me. We had to order a whole new press run because we sold out. I mean, the only ones that are left are the ones that are set aside for my kids. I've got 1 copy set aside for Polito, 1 set aside for Amanda Connor, and 1 set aside for Jimmy. And I'll get those to them when I see them at the next con. So
Nice.
I've already promised them to him. I told him I'd bring them to him. So Jimmy's like, not during the pandemic. I'm like, yeah, man, it's all right. I got it. So we'll get that down to them. You know, maybe if I get a chance to go to the collective this summer, I'd like to make the trip down. They've been really, really good to us.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll always be there. I'm going to be there this Wednesday. They have a great signing for Jonathan Hendricks and Brian Silverback for
the recount, right? The recount. Yeah. We knew that book was going to be so big right about now too, didn't we? Everyone. Oh, Danny's out here. Hey, Danny.
So Mike dropped all the Kickstarter links. I'm back in the morning or early afternoon to my feed and hope some more back the things I like. Nice. Thank you, Mike.
Oh, that's a neat idea. Yeah.
Appreciate you. Yes. All these books I highly recommend. You know, I love it. I'm super, like, Marcus is super exciting for me just because he was never anti-Kickstarter. It's a big hurdle to make that jump, right?
Yeah.
Because
I still think Cthulhu Invades Odds is going to hit 40K. I know everyone thinks that sounds insane right now, but I mean, with a week plus left, I think you got a really good shot once people start seeing it on the, ending soon list. I think people are going to jump on that to make sure it doesn't get away with them. Get away from them.
I've got a lot of messages being, hey, where can I pick this up at stores? And I don't want to reply, mother effer, if you don't buy it now.
We don't get it, right?
You know?
That's why shops like Gotham Underground, like the Collective, like the Hive, those shops who are pledging and getting those indie titles in, absolutely terrifically important. Because let's face it, I mean, for a single floppy, I'd much rather ship 30 copies to one store them be able to then sell it to their customers at cover price than to take and ship something that I've got to charge $10 for. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to ship at $10 all day long, but it's just I think it's better for the indie community as a whole. And once we get more and more shops who realize they can make money selling indie books.
See, Greg, the same thing. I keep forgetting to back Will's Kickstarter, though I keep sharing it.
Yeah.
Think about how much money we would have if people would stop sharing our stuff and take a minute, go to the page, back.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of both ways, though, isn't it? It's one of those
Right.
things where you need them to share it, you need them to back it, and you just have to take and hold up hope against hope that you're making a strong enough impression. And I think there's some really strong titles on. I mean, Polito's title just wrapped, and then we've got, of course, Cthulhu Comes to Oz is, I think, the next big book behind that one. So. Yeah, I think it's just really huge. I'm sorry I had to jump in and jump out. I've got
Yeah, go ahead. I want to talk to
thing.
Javi here. I've got an announcement with him, and he's got some announcements himself. So
yeah, I'm gonna save this on my on my desktop so I can come back and find out what the announcement is, because I'm dying to know, because I haven't heard anything. There's been no gossip, so I'm looking forward to it.
Because some people can keep their mouth shut. And
I know, right? Well, guys, thank you so much for having me on. I'm going to come back and catch up where I left off. You guys are awesome. Stay that way. I'll catch up with y'all.
Had to wave the right way.
Right.
Right.
Again, before we go on, anybody who's in the chat, if you are an indie creator and you have something you want to talk about, message me privately. We'll get you on. We're just kind of hanging out and talking about indie, talking about stuff. I'm going to go back to Marcus in a little bit, talk about Second Sight. I'm going to go to Stony, talk about some writing and what's like to be part of, Cthulhu Invades Oz. But my boy here is starting a new company and doing all sorts of cool things. He's got his first work. He's working with me on some stuff. Javi, go ahead. Tell us what's up.
Oh, me. I thought you were speaking to talk about somebody else. I was like, who's he talking about? Yeah, I'm Javi Apsher. I am the greenest of green. I'm brand new to it. Getting my feet wet real quick, but blessed because I know Travis and Sam and a whole bunch of other people. But I'm working on Mechyard Warriors. A lot's going on with that, and then through all that process of networking out to get some stuff on my book, I landed some other stuff. So now I'm doing panel art for you and panel art for Luke, and which is really amazing. I'm like super excited because I'm actually part of something that's already legitimate and from successful people. So not only am I getting the benefit of learning as I'm going, I get some really deep, rooted people like you to help out. So I'm really, really, really excited about the community and how helpful a lot of people are in this community. So I just want to say that first. I'm waiting on some pinups and stuff like that. So I got something new coming out, which is Quabi, which is a little red cardinal that we're going to be kind of doing weekly things to kind of get some exposure and stuff like that. If it would have been a week ago, if I wouldn't have said, this is like one of the hardest things I've ever done, and I've been in some hard situations and hard work, but promoting and creating your own comic book is freaking hard. It is crazy how much that people like us do, and I can only imagine. Like Sam works on a 27-hour day, so I'm not there yet. I'm still at 24 hours, but when I get to Travis and Sam level 27-hour days, then I might be somebody. But really cool. So
yeah, it's super hard. I'm going to be honest. It's super hard to write when you're in the middle of this promotion and doing the shoot. It's really hard. It's really hard to do that. Same thing with Marcus. Him and I had a phone conversation the other day, and he was talking about him writing and trying to find time and to do that with all the Second Sight responsibilities he's got.
Yep. We're doing website work, we're doing layouts for scripting, for doing panel layouts, from doing sketches, pencils, inking, coloring, and then planning out lettering. I mean, it takes a certain caliber of person to make a comic book. I'll say that right now. It's crazy fun. I love it. I'm so excited for it. It's just like that. This is my passion now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll announce what exactly he's doing. So for what he's doing is he's going to do the layouts for Luke for Voodoo Nations 2. So he's going to panel it all together and do the layouts for Luke to go in and finish it. So he's going to start working on that to get that production. He has to go ahead to start now. So he's going to start doing that pretty soon, which is really cool. That'll get that going. And Luke is very, very fast. So I assume they will get that book done in lickety split. To be great.
Oh yeah, MechYardWarriors.com. We're getting that out there for MechYard Warriors. So, like, I'm in pre-production phase, I guess. I don't really have a lot of content for it. I just finally got my first pinup sketch out from William Rines. So that's actually really cool. But yeah, I'm ground level at this. So it's really an honor to be with all you guys that have experience and being able to kind of resource that too. So
We got a new backer, Marcus. We got Mike backed. He backed Cthulhu Invades Oz because of a little man that we happen to know named Chuck. If you're gonna back it for anybody, it might as well be Chuck or Stoney. Like those are the two guys.
Yeah.
I see it back there, Matt. But yeah, so that's really
back in my book.
You made the Trish cut, Marcus. That's a good thing. Apparently, that's a good thing.
Well, I'm honored.
Yeah,
Feeling the love.
Awesome. So let's get. We got a new host. We got a couple of people coming on here. We're gonna fill up this room. Stoney, these are a whole bunch of people you don't even know. We're just throwing you to people.
All right.
Are you shy, Stoney? Are you shy?
I can be. Depends on
Well,
how much I've had to drink, I guess.
right.
Here's Matt. And here's JW. JW is my colorist for Broke Down. He does his own stuff too. He's actually a very talented artist. So
Broke Down is my book.
What's up?
I said Broke Down is my book.
Nice. I got my shirt on.
Like I would go to cons just to promote Broke Down for Travis. That's my book.
The minute Stoney sending me a package, I'm going to grab his address and I'm going to send him a care package back of my stuff. It's going to be the old indie trade.
Sounds good.
So let's start with Matt. Matt, who are you?
Up?
Who's your daddy? Did your parents love you enough? Welcome to the Indie Showcase.
Hey, I appreciate it. I this was last second. I was just sitting watching and I was thinking, hey, maybe they'll say something about mine. And then I thought,
let's talk about the comedian. Let's talk
maybe
about
I will. Yeah, the comic, which has been great. And I'm new. Nobody knows me. I'm like, it's nice to be here. It's nice to see everybody. I was enjoying the talking. I was trying to write stuff down, take some notes, But so I'm new to everything, and the Kickstarter, it's going great. The campaign's great, and I'm just looking to get my book in more readers' hands.
Yeah, you funded the first day, if I'm not mistaken. Correct?
Yeah, the first 35 minutes.
Nice.
So yes, my mom and dad did love me enough. That's that. And they spread the word. The neighbors, a lot of people. It's going to be a busy Thanksgiving.
Private message me the link so I can share it in the comments.
Okay.
Second thing, go ahead and tell us what is the comic. What is it about? We all write comics. Is it about our stuff? Are you stealing our IPs?
I may have. I'm going to tell you something. I did zero research to see if this has been done before. I didn't
All
care.
That's the way you do it. Like,
yeah. That's like, we'll find out. We'll just find out.
See what happens, right?
Yeah. It's a stand-up comedian with superpowers. It's a guy who wants to be a stand-up comedian, but now he's also a superhero. Which feeds into his fame, and then he will have to deal with that fame. Is he funny or is he a superhero? Why do people care now? But the big thing to me was just to make a book that's funny with a serious story. Not that that's never been done before. Believe me, I didn't do anything original, but I just really appreciate that. And I thought, I want to give it a shot. And I think it turned out really well. And I can't wait to get feedback. That's the most exciting part. So to be funded so quick, to know that it is happening is amazing. But also now I'm just really nervous because now I'm like, now here we go. Of course, mom and dad are going to like it, but there's other backers there. But no, it's funny, and Joe DeSantos did the illustrations, and I know some of you guys know him, or he's done a lot of work, and he's done a lot of campaigns. And
for those who don't know who he is, he works with Tilt. He's part of the Catalyst crew, so he does some great stuff.
Yeah, he's been helping me. I just trial by fire. I just decided to do this. I've had this idea forever.
Right.
Maybe a lot of us can relate to where we just think about stuff we want to do, but we got other stuff going on. We never do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, quarantine, it gave me time. I ran out of stuff to do.
Right.
How many times can I clean the garage? So I said, I'm going to do this, and then just jumped into groups and got in touch with Joe, and it just seemed like it was meant to be. This whole process,
Right.
So I'm really excited about the process.
Well, Matt, I don't know you at all, but any of my digital Broke Down in 4 Dead Bodies or Voodoo Nations, you are more than welcome to use it for your campaign. It's digital rewards, anything that will help you get further down the lane. Just let me know.
Yeah.
More than welcome to use it.
Yeah, I will take you up on that. The surprising support has been co-creators. Aaron from Catalyst reached out, and Scott from LRDV, and Adrian from Supercilious, which I pronounce Superlicious. So this is how new I am. I apologize, but so just right off the bat, and that was great, and I hope to return the favor. I hope to get to know everybody a little better and be a part of this, because it looks like you guys have a lot of fun. I watch a lot of your lives, and I'm like, these guys really have a good time, and I come in here and I got nothing to say, but that's going to change. The more we go here, and I appreciate you letting me come on and plug the book, and I'll send that link, and let's get me some more readers. Just the digital. Yeah,
I actually just shared it in the chat, so I shared it in the chat. So because I forgot that you sent it, so if anybody wants to take a look at it, make sure you take it. I'll make sure I add it to an update. One of my updates coming up for Cthulhu Invades Oz.
Appreciate it. That's another thing I just learned, and I think I may have done yours already, but I'm going to do it again.
Okay.
I'm learning.
I appreciate it.
Don't be afraid to yell at me. Hit me in that messenger and tell me what I'm doing wrong, because that's how I'm going to learn.
Right. So yeah, no, I'm glad Trish had something to say. Those are my favorite comics redone to each character's way, creator's way. I know of 4 different Oz stories, and I want to own all of them. That's awesome. Yeah, Stoney and I are very good at ripping apart other people's IP. We're excited to do it. We're going to do it again after this one fun. We're excited. Whatever helps us get further down, because creating own stuff is hard. It's way too hard.
Yeah.
So, Stoney, who do you want for Cthulhu Invades Wonderland?
I've thought about it long and hard, and I've got ideas for lots of different people. So, whatever you'll allow me to do, I'll work with it. So,
fair enough. So, JW.
Yes, sir.
First, how are you, my friend? JW, we used to. There wouldn't be a day where me and this man would not chat. Those days have sadly passed.
Yes.
Not because I don't love you, but I got way busy.
And I didn't.
So we're back on the Omni train again. Tell us about that. Tell us what you're thinking. What's going on?
All right. Well, to start, it's when you first look at it, you would think, oh, it's another Superman ripoff kind of book. It's written by L.C. Holt. Anybody who is into like horror movies would probably know him. He's an actor, director. He's been in VHS 2. He was in You're Next. He was the goat masked killer in You're Next. He's been in a couple other things, but he is the writer on the book. We started out, it was going to be a 12-issue series broken down into like 3 acts. But 2 years ago, I guess, I went to crowdfund the first issue and it didn't go too well. So I decided to pull back and just do it as 3 graphic novels. And now I'm getting ready to launch the Kickstarter for the first volume of the graphic novel. I don't like to give away too much because he is a movie writer, and so there's you give up too much of the story, the way he wrote it. So I just say you have to read it. It has twists and turns, and it's never what you think it is. I know Travis has read the first issue.
I have. I enjoy it.
Yeah, and And I know after he read it, he had to come back to me. He's like, "Wait, is this?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm the artist," and I had to like go back and ask him, "Wait, is this the right character?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right." I just wanted to make sure. So,
well, one of the things that I learned, unrelated to all that, is though LC, like I see him do a live, and a whole bunch of people will jump on, and when he's promoting his horror stuff, but they don't necessarily come over for the comics.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
And I think that that's an interesting thing to learn, right?
Yeah.
We think like, hey, if I can get just this guy to tweet me, like Father Like Daughter, he created Court of Owls. Come on, guys, help me out for Batman.
Scott Snyder?
Yeah. Scott Snyder retweeted her comic. She had zero major impact. Scott Snyder is one of the biggest guys in the industry.
Yeah.
Nothing. But if he would have done it maybe an hour later or an hour earlier, it could have made all the difference. None of that matters really about your hustle and your work. Someone speaking for all that does is give you an extra attaboy to do it. You've got to do the hard work and the hard hustle.
Yeah, because even like when we were pushing the first book, and LC said, he goes, I'm going to help, but I don't know how much it's going to be because all of my fans are horror fans. They're not superhero fans. This is, he's trying to move himself into a new area. He's not sure his fans are going to come with us, but, and that's how it was. Like, I still had all of my superhero fans, but none of his horror fans. Like, they're like, it's superhero. It's not what I like. So.
Yeah, it's hard to make that conversion if you're trying to socially take a genre to another genre because the genre is following you because of that specific, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Hold on. What did he say? Unfortunately, a lot of mediums just don't cross over, even if it makes sense that they would. Yeah, absolutely.
That's really true.
Yeah.
So speaking of it, let's.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, as a writer, I write in several different genres. So, if you are truly a fan of my writing, then you're going to like it whether I'm writing kids' books or writing horror or writing fantasy or superhero stuff.
Yeah, I think that's true, but it doesn't necessarily bring the same fans. My Voodoo Nation fans aren't all my Broke Down fans. They're different. The Cthulhu Invades Oz, it's a huge franchise for Cthulhu and Oz, but I get not giving a crap about Oz. I get not giving a crap about Cthulhu. Like, I get it. But start, because we need $5,000 more. So start today giving a crap about it.
I don't care what you like. Anyway.
I don't care. You like it. You like it. It was whatever you like, it's written like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like My Little Pony? Yeah, we have My Little Pony. Yeah, it's fine. Buy it. So let's go
Buy
around.
it and give it to a friend.
Yeah, that's exactly. Right, yeah.
What
it's
genre,
Christmas time.
Right. What genre would you want to be writing? Like what genre have you not written that you would like to give a try? Let's start out with you, Matt.
I think probably horror genre. I've sat through. My wife's a huge horror movie fan. We've been to conventions, so it would score, for one, brownie points for me if I did it, and for two, I just think it would be exciting to tell that story. Complete opposite, not trying to make somebody laugh. Trying to put them on edge or build that suspense in a different way. But it's going to be a little bit. I have ideas, and I have, now that I've done this too, which is awesome about finally sitting down and doing is I'm hooked. I'm ready. I got, the comic 2 is written, and now I got this idea for a horror comic, and then check everything out. So I'd say at first, probably definitely horror.
All right.
Which seems to be real popular, right? I mean, that
it does really well in Kickstarter. Yeah, it does really well. Let's go to Marcus. Marcus, what would you write? What have you not written, Mr. Celebrity Written Everything?
War stories, which is funny because that's what I grew up on. My very first comic books were Sergeant Rock and Easy Company, and Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos. I was really into war. That's what I grew up reading. We talking the 10-cent era, but I hadn't written one myself, which is war stories and then westerns. Like those are my top two. And I don't know. I don't know if I have the chops to do it, but
Right.
if I were to get serious and say, you know what, this is going to be my love project. This is going to be the love child. It would be a war story or a western.
Nice.
Oh, that's good. Let's get Mr. Stoney here. Stoney.
Well, I'm just gonna rip off everybody else. Like Matt's answer, horror. Like that's I feel good in drama and humor, and I feel like I've got that down. And horror is just outside my comfort zone, and so I'd really like to be able to do something like that and know that I can do it. Like you said, build that suspense, scare somebody. I've always loved westerns, and I would absolutely love to do. It would be a weird western. It'd be more along the lines of the Savage Bastards. Savage Bastards. But probably weirder. Probably I'd take it some crazy places. So yeah.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Mr. JW.
Okay. I would have to say probably something like a sci-fi western. Think of kind of like the Gunslinger, like the first Dark Tower book, something like that, where it's western, but it's got like the weird kind of sci-fi kind of element to it. That and I guess like I don't know how to explain it. Something more like a drama type thing, like more story. I
Like
guess
ER?
pushed. Yeah, like ER and ER the comic. That's exactly.
Little NCIS, maybe? I don't know.
Well, you know what? Let's just go with General Hospital. We're gonna do General Hospital the comic.
That's pretty good, though.
What you got, Mr. Mech Warrior?
I'm sorry. What was the question again?
Who's your daddy and what does he do? No.
Who's your
we're
daddy?
asking, what genre would you like to write that you haven't written? I know that you're newbie, but what is something that would frighten you that you don't think you could write yet that you'd kind of like to try out?
I don't know yet because I've already anticipated the Backyard Warriors to kind of go over a lot of those genres and incorporate it into one story. So I'm doing sci-fi. So that gives me a lot of opportunity to branch out and kind of test the waters in different, story type telling methods. So I could break that into Western or, it's, to me, this is going to be like a Star Trek thing. You get to go to different planets and you get to different, aspects of different types of storytelling. So, but all of it is daunting for me because this is my first book. So I'm not yet ready for what people are going to be able to take it. So I'm welcoming the critics and stuff like that, but I don't know yet. So this is probably my most daunting thing is actually taking this on.
Sure.
So I've got 300 books that I'm planning for this. So it's going to be a long story. It's not just going to be a one hit and then move on to something else. It's going to be a franchise type of storyline. So, but I got your wife to help me out and you, so I'm good, man. I got good shit, man.
Yeah. I'm known for all my free time, so yeah, you'll be fine.
I'm still waiting on a question I asked you about 2 weeks ago, so I get it. I already know the formula. I got it.
Right. So for me, I'd like to write a rom-com. I know that sounds crazy, but if I thought that I could sell a rom-com, like could get backers, I would write it in a minute. I love romantic comedies. I'm really good with dialogue and wittiness. And it would be like a Kevin Smith style romantic comedy.
Strangers in Paradise, kind of.
Well, he sold it, but his art is what sold it, not necessarily. Those are some pretty ladies, if you didn't know. Hence why we got to draw more pretty ladies forever for a real long time. So, all right. So let's focus on the Marcus for a minute. Marcus.
Yes, sir.
So you run a publishing company, and a big one. Second Sight's making a lot of waves. Tell us about Second Sight. Tell me why it's special, and why we should care.
Well, I am the COO of Second Sight Publishing, and we are. The thing about Second Sight is we are a bunch of independent comic creators that got together and said, "Hey, you know what? Let's develop something for independent comic creators," and that's where the initial title Mississippi Zombie came into play. And Mississippi Zombie, we wanted to use that as a vehicle for independent comic creators to submit stories because we were able to get that book signed by Caliber. And then Bradley Golden, who is the CEO from Leave, and everyone knows Bradley from Antarctic Press and Leave on the Light and the horror comics and exciting comics. Well, Bradley initially had the Second Sight Studios that those books were going under. But once he approached me and we really started, going forward with the idea of having something for independent comic creators, because we all understand better than any and everyone knows what it is to struggle, to grind, to try to get your products out there, to try to get exposure. You're
Right.
wearing more than one hat, as Travis and I were saying, and to alleviate some of that burden from independent comic creators and let us handle this, and you just go out and make good books. Why people should care, because as with most independent or small press companies, the most important thing is distribution. And the one thing, for some odd reason, and this includes me as well, that we independent comic creators want to do is have a very secure distribution network with one of the biggest distributors out there. So it's a task individually to try to join this distributor, but under the roof of a publishing company, the task becomes easier. So once we secure distribution, now we're able to offer the exposure that the independent comic creators long for.
Right.
But barring that, we had a book that we signed as one creator for, and we were able to sell over 15,000 copies without a distribution network in place. So I'm not saying we know what we're doing, and this was the Occult of Dracula, which has since moved on to Source Point. And even with that, Richard Davis, who is the creator, a good guy, he says, Marcus, look, man, I kind of feel like they can do a little more, and they have a little more to offer. And as I tell Bradley all the time, when we approach this, we approach as independent creators, not businessmen. So I'm like, yo, dude, I feel you. And if this is what you want to do, then hey, go ahead. Good luck. I wish you much success, because we're all in this same community. You put business aside, we're all in this community. We're all independent comic creators. We all want to see each other be successful. We all want to push each other's product. And, we have to get jealousy, envy, animosity, all that other crap, push that to the side and celebrate each other.
Right.
Because if it happened for one person, it can happen for the next. I've seen it. We experienced it from friends. And so we know it goes. We know the possibilities are there. So we at Second Sight, we are a big independent creator house. We aren't a bunch of business stiffs looking to make $1 off of people, because that's not how they do things. We are independent creators. We see the other brethren and our sisters in this community, and we want to be there for them and help them out and
Amen.
make them successful, because if they're successful, we're successful.
I feel it. So we have a new creator, Grant. How are you?
Yeah. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I actually wasn't going to join, but then I saw that one of the gentlemen, I'm sorry, I don't know anybody's names, was actually wearing the exact same hat I was wearing at the time, and I was like, okay, I think that's a sign
Yeah.
that I need to join.
So Grant, you need 10 more followers for this, right? So 10 more
Right.
followers to this. What is this? What am I looking at here?
So this is a comic book I'm working on. I'm
Okay.
I'm actually almost finished with the comic book. It's not going to be on Kickstarter until 2021, just because I don't want to mess with the holidays and all
Sure.
that drama. But yeah, it's going to be on Kickstarter in 2021. It's a really fun comic book. It's a character that I've been drawing since I was a little kid.
Okay.
It's Beowulf, obviously based on the ancient myth Beowulf. So there's a little bit. It's kind of similar to Thor in that way, but there's a little bit of Harry Potter thrown in. I think it's a really fun comic book. Take a look at the art. I think everybody's gonna like the art. If you go to the Facebook page, I have a couple panels up already.
So it's a little hard to because you unfortunately can't click on that, but we should be able to find it. So Monarch Publishing is probably the easiest way to search for it, would you say?
Yeah, probably.
Let me see. See what we can come up with. Maybe I'll share screen if I can find it here.
Is it not coming up when you click on it?
Are you from California?
I'm not from California.
This is about Viagra, so it's probably not you. Unless you're selling Viagra, no judgment. You do
Yeah,
you.
like, you're right.
I found it.
You found it?
Yes,
Yeah.
in fact, I'm already a liker, so I liked it before I even knew.
So I'm gonna publish it again. Let me see if I can put it in.
Yeah, here, let me show a quick page, and we'll show everybody's stuff, by the way, in a minute. I'll go through everybody's Kickstarters, and we'll show it just a quick screen grab. Let me show you guys this. Share. So can you guys see that?
Oh,
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, nice.
All right.
We got some dragons doing some dragony things.
Right.
We got some cats doing some catty things. I have those same pajamas, so that's a little embarrassing.
So everybody's matching everybody today, I guess.
So yeah. No, this looks fun. So what he's trying to do right now is not even get you to spend a dime, guys. So all you need to do is go to Monarch Comics Presents Beowulf. If you see it in the chat, go ahead and just like it. That's it. That's all he's asking.
Yeah, so right now I'm working on the website for the comic book. I'm going to have a free comic book up on there. So, I mean, there's no reason for everyone to not take a look at it. It's going to be a comic book that I've done in the past, but there's also going to be a preview for Beowulf in it.
Nice.
It's going to be almost 20 pages of free content. So I mean,
what's your claim to fame, Grant? What have you done? Tell us about some of your books. I don't know you very well, so go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, so I've done a few local stuff. This is the first comic book that I'm trying to get out on a national scale. I've done a couple anthologies, in particular one called Yeet, which a few people read.
Sure.
And then I did a local one called Lines and Squiggles. And that'll be up for sale on my website as well, which should be done this weekend.
Nice. Awesome. So I'm excited to hear about that. So that's some cool stuff. So yeah, give him a like. He wants 10 more, and that's going to get you to 100, right?
Well, yeah, I want 10. Well, I want 1,000 more, but yeah, I'll take 10 more.
But you need you're at 89 people follow this page. So you're trying to get to 100.
Right.
All right. So let's get him to 100. I don't think that's a difficult thing. So if you guys see this or come in late, go ahead and like that. So let's look at some of these Kickstarters. Who wants to go first? Matt, you want to go first? Matt?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was excited to see whose Kickstarters are going first.
You might as well go ahead.
That's
Do
yours
age over beauty. I'm the old in the room.
No, you just talked for a long time, so we're gonna have to give you a minute and let somebody else talk for a minute, Marcus. Much love. All right. So Stoney, have you seen this yet? Have you seen the comic?
Yeah, I do need to catch my breath. Okay.
The comic. I have not seen this yet. No.
So this is the comic. I'm not going to play the video, but this is the book.
Yeah,
Somebody's mic is
sell it to me.
acting
Sell it to
crazy.
me. Tell me.
Yeah, Matt, sell us this book. Why should we watch it? Read this.
Yeah. So, all right. So, well, first of all, the cover and the variant cover, which just are my two favorite things. There they are up top. There's a Tommy Boy homage, which I love.
Yeah.
That's right.
But basically, issue 1, you're going to find, and this is probably almost word for word what the campaign says, but an attempt to gain publicity for his first headlining show and acting on a tip from his lifelong friend, who also is his handler, Stanley. He attempts his first public superhero act. But unfortunately, not all press is good press, and he gains an enemy. And so this is kind of the introduction to the story, where we're gonna see his whole world, kind of a little intro to everyone. You're going to see his wife, who she has MS, and his friend, who is his handler, is dependent on him, and his focus on his headlining show, and trying to do good things, trying to be a superhero. But make no mistake about it, he wants to be a comedian first. And,
Without spoiling anything, can you tell us what his powers are?
Yeah, that doesn't spoil anything. And here's the great thing too about.
One second, Matt. I got to say hi to Heather and Alan. You're good. Go.
Is nothing set in stone, right? This is what I thought writing the script. Like, do I have to define everything right now? If there's a reason for me to have him, if he needs to have something else, eventually, and one issue or two, they're pretty much set in stone. One thing I can tell you is he cannot fly. And that's only because, who's going to challenge this guy? But he's got, super strength, super speed, and he's, for the most part, bulletproof. And then I have an origin story, for that too. But no, that doesn't give too much away. And you can kind of see in the sample pages a little bit, there, the vault door coming off the hinges, that's not a regular person. But,
And these guys are called the Dick Jokes.
well,
I just want to make sure I understand. They're the Dick Joke.
These are the Dick Joke and his hecklers. The hecklers, right? His comedian's natural enemy. The hecklers are just basically, it's just a crime family that Dick Joke is the head of, and Dick Joke, is a dick joke, right? It's just a play. Mike Knight, that's the comic thing. The comic Mike Knight, that's a play on how comics get their start, on open mic night. That's what that is. So there's little, like I said, whatever I think works. I did stand up comedy for a little bit, so there's some elements of that in there that I will work into the story, and it's fun to write. I don't care if it's cheesy. I don't care if it's dirty. I don't care if it's whatever. If it's not going to if it's funny, it's funny. I'm not going to intentionally hurt somebody's feelings. I'll say that. But if it's dirty, and I think it's funny and it works for the story, it's going in.
So we're not going to go too deep into these things. I know a lot of times when people do these, they go over the pledges and all that. You guys can look that up. I will tell you that they're reasonable. 10 or so bucks, you can get your physical copy. $4 you can get your PDF. Tons of variants, tons of stuff. He's going to offer some shirts, but he's got 19 days left, 64 backers, $3,291. You're doing fine, man. We gotta get you to 100 backers, right?
Yeah, that's it. And yeah, we've unlocked some. So even the digital tier is getting some sort of bonus reward with the backer count we set up. So tilt number 1 that Catalyst gave us. So right away, backing the digital tier is going to get you the comic PDF and tilt number 1, and then at 75, there's 2 more books on top of that. 100, there's 2 more books on that. Travis just gave me a couple books, so we're going to work those in. So, somebody can come on and pledge $4 and go away with 6 or more books.
Yeah.
Which is great. And I appreciate that, Travis. And I appreciate all the people that gave us books to give away. And I hope you return the favor.
Absolutely. All right. So next up Let's go. We're still in the. I'm gonna actually keep it here and see if you guys can see my search. You guys see my search? Is it loading? Is it loading? No, it's still saying. Oh, it is loading. See?
Oh, there we go.
Where are we going next? Where are we going next? What is this?
Terminal Punks.
What is this? Out of stock. Oh my goodness. What, Stony? You're out of stock. How do we buy your book? What is? It's all tragic.
It is very tragic. So you can still get it digitally on Comixology. You can get it on Kindle, on Amazon, and the first issue has gone into second printing. We don't have the code for that yet, but as soon as we do, I'm going to be plastering that all over the internet. I might tattoo it on my face, where it'll be everywhere.
So I'm trying to figure out who's making noise. It's Marcus. All right, I'm muting you, Marcus. All right, so question for you. So Mad Cave is a Villainous 2, this is the second book. So one of the things, this is an indie showcase, guys. This isn't just a Kickstarter fun for all. So we're going to talk about Sony stuff here too. 2 issues out. Your comic store should be able to have it, or they can get it directly from Mad Cave. Question for you. If I had to buy a second Mad Cave title, what should I buy?
That is it. That is such a hard question. It depends on what you're into, because they have something for just about everybody. They just had a new comic book come out called Terminal Punks, which is wonky, wacky, crazy fun. It's this punk band gets stuck in this airport terminal with these crazy creatures. Savage Bastards is weird Western. You've got like Dryfoot is about these kids in, I think it's 1970s Miami, who decide to rob the local cartel.
Like you do.
Yeah, like as you do, right.
Are they robbing Dick Joke? Do you know if they're robbing the Dick Joke?
I don't think it's specifically Dick Joke, no. I have to talk about Jay Sandlin's book, Over the Ropes, which is a wrestling book, which, I haven't watched wrestling since I was a little bitty kid. When I think the last time I watched wrestling was right after Hulk Hogan changed his name to Hollywood. That's how long it's been since I watched wrestling. And so when I heard Mikey was doing a wrestling book, I was like, really? Like, is there a market for that? And it blew up. And it was such a great book. And I'm so glad to have been wrong about this book. Like, I've gotten.
Well, and let me tell you a secret. I did not enjoy Over the Ropes.
Really?
I did not. But I loved Hellfire Quinn. Like, I don't even know how they're written by the same guy. Like, seriously, which is a testament to that writer, first off.
Sure. Yeah, Jay's an incredible writer. He's got some other stuff we want to watch out for going down the line. Real cool.
I mean, I'm a huge wrestling fan myself. And maybe it's because I know so many histories of backstage stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm like, there's so many better things you could have used. But, man, who is typing away? Who is typing? Is it you, Marcus? Am I
Nope, not me.
Grant? Hands up. Matt?
I don't know. I hear that static, so.
Yeah, Matt's hands move up, and then nothing is clicking anymore, but it wasn't him. Whatever, we'll keep going. All right, next up. Who's next up? Next up, we're gonna do Marcus just because everybody else's stuff is hard.
It's as simple as easy.
You weren't supposed to tell everybody.
Whoa, hey. Well, too soon. Look at this Kickstarter. We're gonna go a little backstage. What Travis is back in. Talk amongst yourself. See, one of you guys is typing away something.
I swear to God, I am not typing.
Matt's writing. Matt's gonna confess after this is done. He wrote the best American novel. He's like, I have to get these ideas out.
I'm still wondering if my mic is on.
All right. Let's
We
see.
can
Your
hear
mic is on.
Okay,
Let
well,
me
that's
see.
good.
Let me see how I can share screen here. Takes a minute, guys. These things take a minute. You think a professional would have these things prepared. Luckily, you're not. I'm not a professional, so you're fine. The Protector, volumes 1 and 2. 707. We're on our way to getting funded. We are projects we love.
Very proud of that. Very proud.
Yeah, that's a big
That's
step.
awesome.
Look at this. Look at that dude. Look at him. He looks like a better dressed bishop. Look at him. And look, I love I love his style. I love the art. I'm a huge fan of issue 1. So I love the new trade dress of issue 2. What do you want to talk about, Marcus? What do you want to tell us about this beautiful story here? Who is the Protector, and why does he have a rhino?
Well, actually, funny story about the Protector is I am an administrator and moderator of the ICC anthologies, and about 3 or 4 years ago, we had this contest, so to speak, as to who can come up with a mythology, like create your own mythology. We tired of the Hercules and Thor and every other played out mythology that we know and have grown up with in school. So we chose different areas. Bill McCormick, for example, he created a mythology that took off overseas, over in Europe, because of how well crafted it was. And there were Stephen Sash Scott. He created a mythology blending Aztec and Mayan things. I mean, so each person was working toward this, and I created this African mythology, this character, the Protector, who was a warrior in his village that brought shame to the village and was banished. But the warrior's dying wish was that he could be the eternal protector of the village. So I blend a little history along with my storytelling. Starting in issue 1, I start the story out in like 1200 BC and bring it up to modern times. In issue 2, which this is the art for issue 2, I had enlisted the 9th Art Production Studio based in Buenos Aires, Kristen Sherrod. And they brought a whole different art style to the book that really enhances the storytelling.
So, Marcus, before you continue, Ray, we have to say hi to Ray. Say hi to Ray.
What's going on, Ray?
Hi, Ray.
Hey, Ray. Hey, Ray.
Hi, Ray.
Wendy also says hi to Ray, and so does Heather. So everyone has said hi to Ray. Continue.
All right. Well,
Ray's kind of a big deal.
It is. As I said, this was my first one, and I have backed several. And even though Travis can tell you, even the ones that I see that I can't back, I still share. And I'll be in your inbox like, hey, man, I wasn't able to back your project, but I still want your book. So either way, I'm going to get it. But it is a big deal. And for me, I would like to see the support of the community that I love and that I support. But even without it, this project is going to move forward. I actually paid for the first book out of my own pocket. Like, I wanted to get it done, so I did it. So now I'm saying to myself, maybe with the upgrade, I'm going to have to invest more money. So the necessity of Kickstarter.
Yeah, I think it looks a great book. I love the book. You only got 28 backers. There's tons of people to support, Marcus. If you can give them a like, a share, anything to help. Again, the click is in the comments. Just scroll up, you'll find it. But yeah, that's definitely one to watch.
The Protector does have a page on Facebook, the Protector, obvious. So you can always go to the page and like the page. There'll be updates and more coming on the page about the Kickstarter. And I also have some things planned, particularly being the COO of Second Sight Publishing. We are known for horror. So what we're going to do, we tried it this Friday, but every Friday till the end of the campaign, we're going to do backer giveaways. We're going to choose a random backer. We have signed books like the Mississippi Zombie, for example, or our latest release that will be coming from Caliber Comics, Second Sight Presents The Harvest of Horrors. We have a copy of that that's signed by all the creators or all the writers that's in the book. So there's things like that that we'll be giving away for the back, among other things. Bradley Golden has said he would contribute giving away a signed copy of his Leave on the Light trade. So
nice.
Just things like that to entice more backers.
Right.
And, you know, we want to give some stuff away. It's plain and simple. If you have supported me, then hey, I want to give you some stuff.
I want to get you to 50 backers. So let's try to see you next week, next Friday when we're on this. Let's see if we can get you, or next Saturday. Make sure you're at least 50 backers, if not more. It's not hard. Let's do it.
I'm game. I definitely will be supporting and sharing everyone else's Kickstarter here.
Right.
You know,
we always do. You backed how many? 32. You backed 32 campaigns, and I know privately, like Marcus is not someone who just talks to talk. Like at a con, he comes back with a big stack of books that he paid from everybody, and then he goes home to his wife and says, "Honey, I didn't make money again," and it's sad. It's sad.
You gotta keep on those doggone books and keep buying them. And I'm like, hey, I got enough to make a bed. What can I say?
All right. So let's go to my man here, my new partner in crime. He's doing some stuff for me, and he's got his own little thing. Let me share that screen. Share up what you got. So I'm trying to James JW, can you message me the stuff privately, what to share for you next?
Yep.
All right. Sharing him up. And then tell us what you want us to know about Mech Yard Warriors here.
All right. So we've got the page up, gives us all of the social platforms. I'm not as far along as most of the people in this panel right now. I'm really just getting started. Even with the comic book, the stand-up comic one, he's already on that point. I'm not even to a point where I can share a Kickstarter because we're not there yet. So I'm brand new getting into this. About the book, you can go to the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram. It'll take you right to those social platforms. Here in the future, we'll be doing a lot of streaming and stuff like that, where we'll be doing some sketch corners and kind of giving you ideas about what we're in the process of. It's a big thing. I did that from Jim O'Reilly. He allowed me to ink that and color it, so that was really cool. Again, a lot of support in the community. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much where I'm at. As you're getting to see everything kind of like as it happens. I get an idea about doing something, animation. Hey, there's where I met him.
There's my guys. Still wearing the same shirt. He hasn't changed it since.
my wife lays out my clothes, so hey, talk to her.
He also owns a print shop, so maybe he just makes it over and over again. Maybe
there you go.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's kind of funny. That was 2 weeks ago, so cut me some slack. But so like I'm trying to give a lot of content about the creative process for people that are like me, learning as they're going. So there's more of a learning curve. So I want to start doing some stuff like that because I do get a lot of texts inside of Facebook because that's our main social platform right now. And they're like, what do you do for this or what do you do for that? And I pawn them off to people that I've actually had those answers to me because I'm still learning. That was done by Art Swinda. He did the coloring and the inking. I did the layout and the pencils for it, and then he went back in and inked it and colored it. So some of this stuff is conceptual. It's kind of like where the idea of the story was a month ago or something like that. I did send you an image inside of the text.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to share that without sharing all my private Facebook stuff. We'll see what happens. Let's see what happens.
But
I ain't scared. I got nothing to hide.
Yeah, so that's the process of the layout for the pinup.
You guys see that?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's good.
Now that's not Arch Window. That's actually William Moore Rise. He's doing that. And then your boy Luke is doing my interiors. So he's working on the interiors for the pages for Backyard Warriors. And I've got 3 of these I paid for. So this is the first of 3 pinups that's going to be coming to fruition for Backyard Warriors. So it's not a lot of smoke up people's asses. This is something that's really happening and stuff like that. This is really moving along, but it's a process. So I'm kind of trying to share that with other people that are interested in getting into comic book writing too, because great. Yeah. And right now I don't have a Kickstarter, so spreading out the word about Backyard Warriors, or sharing the Facebook page or the Twitter, going to the website, and we're not asking for anything either. We're just asking for support to share, and let people know that this is coming, and that helps drive us too, because it's a lot of hard work, and some days I'm like, well, am I really in the mood to do this? But then they text and they're like, well, what's going on? I need the fire underneath my ass. So y'all light it up. Hey man, get off your butt and do something, because
all right,
that's what we need. That's what we all need. Is that drive.
Yeah. Well, and I love the stuff. So make sure you like it and share it and all that. We've got a lot of great people doing some stuff here, but let's look at JW stuff, since I got my Facebook open. Is this gonna work? No, it's not.
There you go.
It's not going to do it. Hold on. Again, if you guys had a professional doing this. By the way,
what you paid for, right?
All we're doing, guys, is this is the Ray Show. So we want to welcome Ray to the show. We've been broadcasting for an hour and 21 minutes, waiting for Ray to show up. Ray has finally showed up. So welcome, Ray Torres III. Thank you for coming on. Richard Kemp.
Richard's good people.
Rich is done. He's just done.
Let's see what we got. We've got all right. So we're gonna share Jay's stuff, and then we're gonna do some Cthulhu Invades Oz, talk a little bit more to Grant, and then we're gonna wrap this up. People got things to do, in the families or whatever. So tell me about this Omni. So here's a sad reality, guys. Actually, hold on. Before we share this, before we talk about this. Any Kickstarter can fail. Like I want to say that Kickstarter is not free money. It's a hard work. Marcus. That's why Marcus took forever to get it. That's why Grant and Javier are both getting their ducks in a row before they go up on it. That's why Stoney's like, Travis, why don't you do it? And then if it fails, I won't feel bad, because it's like,
exactly. Yeah. And I just blame you. It's not me.
Right. It's blame me. Be like, why are you asking for so much? If you didn't ask for so much, it wouldn't be a problem. But no, I have good friends who I think are amazing books, and sometimes they don't do well. And sometimes this Kickstarter audience isn't there for that, and supers is one of those tough categories, shout out to Matt, who's no longer with us. Because his phone, he was typing a script. I don't care what he was saying. He was typing something. I don't know what he was doing. He didn't want to get caught. But Richard Kemp's also done. I'm excited about whatever's going on. I don't know if it's backing protector. I don't know what Richard Kemp's doing, but I'm excited about whatever Richard Kemp's
doing. Whatever
he's getting it done.
He's getting it done. Yeah.
He's done more than us. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry, Ray. You are no longer the name of the show. Richard Kemp Gets It Done is now the name of the show. Hold on, we got to change that. Richard Kemp Gets It Done. Gets it done. Save that. And in fact, get that up there. Richard Kemp Gets It Done. And you know what? I got to tell you, Richard Kemp, he's more of a red. We can't just.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, more of an orange and red there. Because Richard Kemp gets it done. He said, yes. He's working on my rom-com. See, he's already stealing my idea. You know, you can say, hey, if I could stay, you know,
That's good to know.
So yes, Ray has lost the show. Ray is not the comment that we're going to be harassing. It's now Richard Kemp. He gets it done, gentlemen. JW, before we continue, do you feel if you had Richard Kemp in your corner that you would have been more successful on this Omni?
It would have been funded in an hour, no doubt.
In an hour.
In an hour.
Richard Kemp is the secret. All right, so let's share this thing here. You guys see it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so this is Omni. Tell us about Omni, JW.
All right, well, as you can see, our main character, Omni, he's actually, well, let's here go. I mean, I only have a few pages there. Like I said, this was from the first issue from 2 years ago. Now I have 4 issues, almost completely colored. So when I do launch shortly after, it'll be ready for print. But
and free nudes, guys. Free nudes.
Free nudes, yeah. But our main character there, he was in a scientific accident, like most superheroes are, and he discovers he has powers. And in our story, he's actually the first person who is that is known to have powers. And it's kind of how he, as a young man who is basically a comic book nerd like all of us, who, you know, never had any luck with girls or anything, and now all of a sudden he's a god, and how he goes about, you know, his life now knowing that he can do anything he wants, and there's nobody else in the world that can really stop him. And through our 3 volumes, you'll see how that changes him. As he starts out, he wants to be a superhero, like he's read about in his comic books. Actually, one of the I guess it would be a stretch goal for the volume 1 when it comes out. There's a comic book that he reads in the first issue called Mega, which is who he patterns himself after when he gets his powers. And as a stretch goal, you'll actually get that comic book that he's reading with the first chapter.
So hold on, before you continue, can we talk about this beautiful hairline that's going down your face there, JW?
You like that?
I mean,
it's
beautiful. I mean, it's majestic.
Yeah. Well, it's a superhero comic book like Superman, so I had to have the S curl going. It's my
now, Grant,
to be honest.
Grant, you're probably not going to back this book because he's not wearing the hat in this picture, right? Like,
right.
It's not fake.
But I do have a Penguins T-shirt on.
Yeah, he does have the S, which is pretty cool.
All right, continue. Sorry. Those are important things to say that were worth interrupting for you.
Yeah, so this is the 4 pages there that you see. That's right after he gets his powers, and he's flying all over the world, and he ends up on the moon. That's just him discovering his powers. And we, you know, it kind of also has that villain of the week kind of each chapter, I guess is the way I'm looking at it now. It's the issue. There's a villain.
Did you do your own modeling for this? This is on you, right?
Yeah, it is. It's actually yep.
I thought so. Yeah.
You can tell. Like if I stand up, I could. You know, I wouldn't want to shame anybody with that.
Yeah.
The gluteus.
No. I looked like that. I looked like that naked too. So. Yeah.
And what's upsetting about it mostly is that he has all these beautiful nudes, and people buy nudes on Kickstarter all the time.
All the time.
Somehow, when JW puts them up there, there's something different about his nudes that people don't like, and that's offensive, really.
It is, yeah.
But we're going to be launching the Kickstarter for the graphic novel. Hopefully, I'm gonna say I'm probably January, the first week of January, because I also don't want to deal with all this stuff during the holidays, trying to push everything. I do have 6 kids, and so it'd be kind of hard to be here all the time and have to worry about trying to push the book again. But excuse me. But the first, if you're interested in the first issue, we do have it for sale on our Indie Planet, and along with all the other books that Hooligan Alley has put out. We have the first 2 issues of Project 34, which is a book that I've written and drawn, did all the art for, and that's kind of like my ode to the
Apparently Indie Planet
X-Men.
is down.
Yeah, Indie Planet. Yeah.
Apparently it's down. Hold on.
And then I also have a comic that I did when I first started way back. I don't know if you can find my store on there or not. Sometimes I can't even find it. It's just weird how they do things on there. If you look up maybe Hooligan Alley, they might. I have no idea. When I try to go there, I have to hopefully have my link so I can. See. I don't know.
What's one of the other titles?
Project 34.
There we
go. There's the second one, yeah.
That's the first one, and let's see if we can find the store if we click on it somehow.
If you
No,
maybe,
there's no link. No big deal.
Yeah,
we found
it's
it.
there.
We found it. There's some cool stuff. I love Indie Planet. I've never put my stuff up on here. I need to.
I do because that's the printer I use. So they put, and actually you can get the first issue of Project 34 for free. Actually, you can
print on demand or digital download.
Digital download for free. So I mean that's like kind of my I'm a big X-Men person fan, so that's like my ode to the X-Men. I actually have 27 issues of that book written already.
See, this dude seems to be doing fine. See,
what's up with that? And they don't even show it's not even full.
Right, and your butt is way better than that butt. I gotta tell you.
Absolutely.
Apparently, after Burns, Burns wrote this butt, and then this was a copy of that butt.
Ah. But then I also have another. We also have another book that's getting ready to come out, which I have nothing to do with except for I colored it. It's Fall from Grace.
Okay.
And it's I had come up with the idea. I was like, well, I have this idea for this comic where this kid who, when he gets his powers, he's playing high school football and he ends up killing like a bunch of people by accident while he's in the middle of the football game. And so I found a writer and an artist. There's you go. That's the second issue for that. And he kind of throughout the story he end up fighting all these supervillains. Yes, and it's sort of like I don't want to give it away, but it's a mental illness kind of book. Like he suffers from
paranoia.
No. He has multiple
personalities.
Multiple personalities, yeah. So, but the artist, he decided he wasn't happy with it, so he decided to redo it. So
it's a neat premise.
Yeah.
Well,
so
it looks beautiful. He sent me some art about a year ago that looked really, really good. That's way better than what he just showed us.
Yeah. Roy H. Stewart, he's from England, who did the art on it. He has another book that's Kickstarter. He never tells me his stuff on Kickstarter. I just end up finding it. Like, dude, you could tell me and I could help you out. But the
other thing that JW is my first friend in comics. We were partners over in Comics Launch, and he was the first person I hired to color Broke Down, and we've been working on it. He's been part of every issue.
Very cool.
Him, myself, Jerome, and the artist are the only people who are part of every issue.
Yeah,
that's
awesome. I did all the colors in the first issue.
Correct.
Second issue
from the second.
Yeah, the second one I did the main characters, all the colors on them, and the police. Right. And then the last 2 issues I just did the flashbacks. Because I've been dealing with cancer for the last over 3 years. So
Jesus.
So I've been sick, and so I had to take a step back. That's why I said at the beginning I haven't really been doing much because it takes for a lot of times in the last 2 years. I mean, this was the longest I've been able to sit at a desk. Yeah, just because I'd be sick, and
when you're sick, you're sick. When you're not sick, you're great. It's when you're sick, you're sick.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I think that's a big thing, keeping the same team and like, even though I made the change, I made the change with the permission of the artist from the first issue, and I kept her on. She actually is my editor now.
Right.
So
yeah. So,
it's like, well, she and I created this thing, and she still wanted to be a part of it, but she didn't feel like she could really bring what I wanted for issue 2. And I was saddened, but at the same time, I said, well, you're going to stick around, right? She said, oh, yeah. So she's my editor.
Nice.
So,
Very cool.
yeah,
So-
I think that's a big deal. Just trying to keep the team intact.
Mm-hmm.
So let's show the next one. Someone that none of you guys have seen before. All right, nobody's seen this.
what
Right?
is this garbage?
So this, basically what this is some people have original ideas. I don't. So what we did is we stole 2 people's ideas and we put them together and then called it our own. It's genius. I highly recommend it for everyone.
Absolutely.
You're
But
not
yes,
the first person to do that.
It's true. Disney's been doing it for years.
Yeah. And then they sue you if you try to do it to theirs.
That's right.
So this Cthulhu Invades Oz, we got 3 different colors. It's a full trade. As JW can attest to, and Stoney, I don't do things. I don't go live unless it's done.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a policy that I have. It's what I want to do to make sure I take care of my backers. This book is done. It's ready to go. Got a lot of backer rewards. We're at 75%. We need your help to get us the rest of the way. Is there anything you want to say about it, Stoney, as I flub through?
This is an incredible idea, an incredible endeavor, and I think you're equal parts insane and brilliant for coming up with it. Taking these 2 franchises that both have their own kind of built-in fandoms and smashing them together in ways nobody's ever seen before. I mean, this is we take some of these characters into some crazy directions, and I absolutely loved every single page. The story is very seamless and flows really well from one story into the next, which I think is just insane amounts of speaks volumes about you and the editors you've got on this book. The way everybody just stepped up and I mean, like I don't think I've ever read a book. I really have a hard time trying to find another book that I can compare this to. I can't say enough good things about it. You've got how many different creators? Like 50 plus?
52. Yeah, 52 is where we're at.
That's insane. And
hold on, Richard Kemp is jumped back in the chat. Hold on. I backed that already, so you are good. All right.
Well, then it should fund. It's gonna fund. See?
Yeah, we're good now.
Speaking of backers, what's more impressive than this book is when you look over there on the other side of the screen. It says Travis Gribb, 300 and what is that? 45 back. Like, hey, don't talk. He doesn't talk.
My wife could be watching
this
stream. You son of a bitch.
like he walks softly and carries a big checkbook. This is the man, and that's why I say it's guys like Travis really that's the heart of this community, because he can bring people together like nothing. And
I mean,
see everybody on this book, man, that's just awesome.
Yeah, that's been one of the coolest things about this book and working on it is the community he's built and the production group. And I can't even begin to unravel the logistical nightmare it has to be to herd all of the cats that are indie creators on this book in the same direction. But at the same time, everybody stepped up and supported each other, and everybody really brought their A game and came together on this book. And so I really do believe it's equal parts crazy and brilliant. Like,
no, this has been a big thing, and like I said, it's been a disheartening couple of days. If anybody watched my live yesterday, it was really, really frustrating. We had a negative day yesterday, and that broke my heart. That was crazy. Like having a negative day on a book like this, where we get 300 plus every day, but it happens, man. Like I was saying earlier, anything can happen on Kickstarter. People who are funded could drop all of a sudden. It's just taking it day by day and trying to get it to where it's at. We're at 75% now, and I think we'll get the rest of the way. Richard Kemp has got our back, and that's what's important. As he said, I backed that already, so you are good, and that's what's important.
You should put that on the Kickstarter page. It's Richard Kemp approved.
No, he's gonna be the back tag of the book. Like nobody else. I got bigger names, but I'm just gonna be Richard Kemp. I backed that already, so you're good. Because he gets it done. Everyone knows he gets it done. 26 individual story, one producer story. What I'm going to do tonight, actually, too, that I don't normally do, is hold on. We're going to give a little tour through the book, if I can get it to load real quick. It's taking its time. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, let's take a tour. You guys want to take a little tour?
Absolutely.
Sure.
I'm game.
Oh, Yellow Brick Road.
All right. Take a little tour. All right. So this is the book. So as you see, some beautiful pages in here. We're going to just thumb through it real quick. This is the Dorothy story. We've got a beautiful story where Dorothy meets all the creatures of Oz. Again, if you are too poor and can't afford this book, I highly recommend that you just pause it, at the times that you need to do and just read it, enjoy it for free. If that's what you got to do, you got to do it, bro. Like the amount of time you'll spend on it, it's great.
That's right.
We got the Wheelers here. We got Belinda the chicken. I love how creepy these Wheelers are. These are the best Wheelers. I kind of want like a pin of these Wheelers, like this mask.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. We got some beautiful Cthulhu stuff. We got some poems throughout the book. I got a little Toto. Little Toto doing some stuff. We got Jack the Pumpkin. This is Brian Silverback. Look at all these crazy, beautiful art. By the way, this is on its third round of proofing. This is before we even got to edit. We're taking this very seriously, making sure that everything is taken care of. All of our guys have seen everything. Lots of cool stories. Look at that. Look at that. That is dope. This is Chuck, Mr. Chuck. He has a Kickstarter right live with Essence House. I'm going to check on some chat. Stoney, I'm not giving you color advice anymore. And Travis, I'm now ashamed I drew Rourke's tail. You guys doubt my positive energy. Oh.
Hello?
Let's get it.
Hello?
Who's calling? Put him on live. Whose phone was it?
The bat phone.
No one, you guys,
Wasn't
no
me.
one's typing. There's no phones ringing.
It was me.
Damn it, Marcus. Justoni, is that not the dopest album cover that you've ever seen?
It really is. Like they're about to just drop the badass ass album. This David Galliano wrote this story. It's an incredible story. I absolutely love it. Craig Florence did the artwork, and I was absolutely honored to be able to color his stuff. It was like I was so lucky to have such an incredible artist to color with first. And Jerome knocked it out of the park with these letters.
Well, Rich Kemp also Don't Even Blink next week. Next week. I'm really excited about that. I'm not sure if I got my copy yet. Hopefully I did. I'm not sure if I got my physical copy yet. Maybe I did. I don't know. I'll have to check. Because I backed so many Kickstarters, unfortunately.
Yeah, right.
Look at this. Look at it. We got a flashback in here. What? Flashbacks? Man.
Some Tin Man.
That's a flashback in the Cthulhu Invades Oz. That's some high level writing from your writing staff. Look at the monotone or the monochrome tones. You're changing some color tones in here to give it some effect, which I like. Look at this war. Look at this. Look at our swing move.
so freaking awesome. And this page right here, I was showing this page to my older brother, and that middle panel, he goes, why is she shooting a vagina? And now I can't unsee it. Now I can't unsee it.
Right. I mean, she is a rose. You know, a rose has been called that before. I'm just saying. Tulips. Jamie is fantastic. If you don't know Jamie, she is one of the most talented persons in indie comics. She is amazing. Amazing story here.
Gorgeous stuff.
Really breaks your heart when you read it. Look at this.
Almost as good a butt as Omni. Almost.
Let's look at this butt and compare.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I see.
Lots of gratuitous butt.
Checks in the mail. It's on the Rich Kemp. It's on the way. Richard Kemp happened to draw a little story for me too. He's been my artist on a recent event. That was kind of cool. He got to draw some of my stuff for a Kickstarter we did together. Look at this. Look at that Tin Man. Look at him.
Damn.
Oh, majestic, right?
Wow. Yeah. It looks cool.
So, let me get to this point. This is for you, Grant. I got a question for you. Could this Tin Man take your Beowulf?
I don't know. I think it'd be a close battle.
I mean, he's pretty badass. He's fighting
pretty
Cthulhu
cool.
there.
Yeah, I think it would be close. So before I back your book, you have to make one promise to me.
What's that?
Does Toto survive?
Oh,
I don't want to read this comic book and find out that he gets eaten by Cthulhu.
All right. Well, we're almost to the end of the book, so let's see. Let's see what happens. Hold on. We'll get you there. We'll spoil it for you. I'm gonna scroll a little faster just because this is exciting. Someone put a challenge. You couldn't handle Toto dying. Like everybody else could die. Toto
yeah.
Exactly. As long as the dog lives.
As long as the dog lives. So let's go because
he don't care about the flying monkeys.
Right.
Just yeah.
All right, we got the Lollipop Guild here. I love this panel right here. That's the eyes and the windows.
Yeah.
So good.
But again, you can roast them. We're worried about the dog.
When are we gonna? Oh, look at this. Why is he standing like that? Like, look. Oh, hold on. Before we get to the dog, there is also a majestic Cthulhu butt up here.
Oh, we missed it.
I missed it.
Wow. I'm sure that's somebody's thing.
Yeah. You must do squats.
So if you're thinking about bagging this and you were thinking that we didn't have enough butts and a little gratuity, like we've got it in here. We've got a little bit of everything Cthulhu invades us.
That's right.
There's so many different styles in one book.
Yeah,
it is. But one of the things to know about this is it's actually one story, even though there's different art styles.
Wow,
it's pretty cool. Look at this. Look at that. All right. So we're getting to the end here. This is the last story. This is like the epilogue here. Cthulhu's having a breakdown here.
This is Fat Thor moment.
But look right here. Toto is fine. Toto's fine.
And then he steps on.
No, in fact, Toto is fine. Toto is now the pet of Cthulhu.
Nice.
So you don't want to spoil it, but yes. We spoiled it for everyone just to get one backer.
That's right.
No, I think you're going to get more than one backer knowing that.
Grant's going to post, hey, just so you know, I've talked to the guys. I want you guys to know Toto's fine. I've addressed it with the higher-ups. But yeah, it's a beautiful book. We're at 15,216. Guys, We've been on here a long time. I want to give you one more chance, Grant. Is there anything else you want to share? I know we talked about your stuff a little bit. Is there anything else you want to share about it? Oops, I removed it from the chat. Grant.
So
you're out of here.
So I actually found a text message that I sent to a friend of mine that I think summarizes Beowulf perfectly. A 13-year-old punk rock girl named Hazel finds out that her cat, Mooney, is the reincarnation of an 8th century wizard. They both have a vision of a dragon awakening after being asleep for 1,000 years. Mooney and Hazel go to find the legendary dragon slayer Beowulf, but it turns out he's more interested in getting high and drinking all day.
That sums it up.
That sums it up.
I'm sold. Like,
Yeah, who's his plug?
right? Like, get Netflix
it's got-
on the phone. This is Prince's home.
Yeah, it's got dragons. It's got dragons. It's got punk rock girls. It's got cats. What more do you need?
I mean,
A drunken Beowulf.
Richard Kemp, maybe some Richard Kemp.
He gets
Are
it
there, are
done.
there butts? And does the cat live? That's
Yeah, we have to.
So I'm not 100% done with issue 6 yet, which is going to be the finale. But I can't picture myself killing the cat, just knowing me.
all right. All right.
This is for Wendy because she's been here the whole chat. We haven't given her a little plug. There you go.
Yes.
Those are brave words, Wendy. Those are brave words. I hope you appreciate it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick people out one at a time. I'm going to give you guys one last time to plug your stuff. We've got to go. We've been on this too long. I'm going to put you in the background if you guys want to chat. But, I mean, we're almost on 2 hours. We're running out of shit to say. First off, 2 people who are gone now. Matt, we want to thank you for coming on. Back the comic. He is a superhero comedian. So go ahead and back that. He's got 19 days left or so. It's a great little book. Who else do we have? Richard Kemp. Make sure you back everything Rich Kemp does. He gets it done. Make sure you say hello to Ray. Welcome to the show. Sam from 47 Furious Rodents. Make sure you back his stuff. Who else showed up? Javi. Mech Warriors. Check that out. What is it? I'm struggling right now. Mech Warriors. Mechyard Warriors.
Mechyard
Warriors.
Warriors.
Yeah.
So, all right, one at a time. I'm going to get you out of here. We're going to start with Marcus. Start with Marcus. I'm going to leave Stoney last. We're going to go who's been here the longest. Stoney's going to stay last because he's with Cthulhu Invades Oz. So we'll say bye together. So let's start with the Marcus. Marcus, tell us one more time why they haven't stopped watching this stupid program and backed your book. Tell them to do the thing.
Well,
tell all the things, as Richard Kemp says. All the things.
I have taken off the glasses for the sincerity effect.
Really?
You want to back this book because big reveal just for Travis and his show. It tells the ancient history of a city in Africa that was visited by Vikings. So you're going to have to read this book and read this epic tale to see this meeting of the Vikings and the Africans. The Kickstarter is live now, The Protector, Volumes 1 and 2.
Awesome. Good night, Marcus. Thank you for coming on. You can stay in the backstage, but we're going to remove you from right now. Next, we've got JW. JW was next.
You must have gotten confused because we're wearing the same hat.
Yeah.
The hat. Yeah, it's a hat.
It's the hat. So no question for me? Okay.
No,
anyway.
This is your goodbyes.
All right.
You can sing a song. You can put on your shoes. Sing, like
hello, my baby. Hello. You can follow us. I do have a website. It's got to be remade. HooliganAlleyComics.com. I'm going to be relaunching the Omni Kickstarter probably the first week of January. I need to get some art in for some variant covers and things like that. But just be looking for some of our other books that are out there, and make sure if it doesn't have gratuitous butt shots, it's not a good book.
There you go.
I need to add that to mine.
It's definitely not on me if it doesn't have the butt.
That's right.
All right.
And there will be some female butt in issue 3.
Some equal opportunity butt.
Right, and I appreciate that. A lot of people,
Yeah.
they just do the one butt and they don't care about the other butts, but all butts are equal. All
right.
butts matter.
All right,
All right.
with that, I'm going.
Wait, did I remove you? I moved you. Okay. Grant. That hat. Grant didn't want to come on. He built up his confidence, came up here to tell us about this pot smelling Beowulf.
Exactly.
He told us so many of the things.
So many of the things.
So
Exactly.
many of the things. So
Yeah,
one more time.
I think
Tell
this is
them
my
where they can-
first. I think this is my first media appearance to promote Beowulf.
I love that you're calling us media.
Right? Yeah.
So what do they have to do to make sure we know about this?
Like I said, you can like the page on Facebook. I'm going to have a website up soon where you can sign up for a newsletter where we're going to give you updates about Beowulf. I hope to have issue 1 on Kickstarter sometime in January 2021.
Okay. All right. So
And like I said, when I get the website done, there's going to be a lot of free stuff, including a sample of Beowulf.
so one of the things, just advice, because I love giving advice. One of the things that I do, much like yourself, I write a lot of anthologies, and I compiled them in a book called Parallels, and I have 2 issues of 24.
Okay.
I highly recommend you do something like that. Get a cover that kind of combines them all together. It's a great add-on for your first Kickstarter. It's a great digital reward for your Kickstarter. You've already done the work. You probably own the properties, so make sure you do that.
Right.
And that's for anybody out there. And you owe me a back, good sir, because I did not kill Toto. So
Sounds good.
thank you so much for coming on, Grant.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Sony. There was so many effing people here.
So many people.
Like, who are those people? I don't know.
I still don't know half those people.
Right. We have 50 creators, and it's just you and me. Like, any one of them could have been on, but no, we have Richard Kemp getting things done.
That's
we
right.
have Wendy Gale. When she loves Parallels, apparently she loves, and she loves so many things. Mike, again with the Kickstarter links, just owning it.
Whew, yeah.
Owning it.
That hustle. Gotta respect it.
So it's been a good night.
It has.
It's been a good night. We've learned something. We've learned a lot. We've got some people back. I know people back the comedian. I know people backed, the Protector. I know Grant got some follows. So is there anything you want to say besides why didn't more of these people order Villainous from their comic store? Why did you have to tell them about it today when they could have just bought it and read it on Wednesday?
They aren't paying attention, I think, because I talk about it all the time. It's all I talk about. You can get it digitally on Kindle. I've already got it there. I actually read the first 12 pages of Villainous to you on Mad Cave's YouTube channel. I had this idea to do like this off the cuff, live stream and read the book after it came out. And I said, I called up my editor and I said, Gio, do you like this idea? Is that okay with you? And she said, yeah, but let's do it completely differently. And I want you to record it. And we're gonna put it on the website. And so then instead of it being this, loose off the cuff thing, it was something I got to stress about. And I spent 9 hours, 72 takes, and 4 different T-shirts to record 12 pages of comic book.
Oh, Richard Beck, Essence House reached its goal today? I did not know that.
Nice.
Stone, I got to pick your brain on some things I got an idea for as well. All right.
Absolutely. Like everybody in the chat, everybody that was on the stream tonight, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Bald Bearded Bard. Send me a friend request. I want to be everybody's friend.
Right. So we need people to back our book. Stoning colored for the first time. See these arts? This is all Stoney's coloring before.
That's
right.
Like
that was his application. And I gave him a shot, and he knows he's not going to make it if he doesn't get it. Like, I'm going to blacklist him. I am.
Yeah.
You know, I've threatened to make sure that he doesn't have a presence in this industry. I know he worked for Mad Cave. I get it, but I'll make sure never.
No, it all comes down to Travis's word and his
Right.
seal of approval, and
I'll get Richard.
I let you
Kemp
down.
here.
Exactly. Yeah. Richard will never back another thing I do.
Right. So we need this funded. We're really on it today. So if you can't back it, share it.
Absolutely.
Anything you can do to get the word out there. If you are a gamer like Dungeons and Dragons or anything like that, share it to your Dungeons and Dragons group. I guarantee you, 1 out of 5 Dungeons and Dragons players will buy this book. It kind of things.
Yeah, share it to your friends and family. Share it to Facebook groups. Like I said before, Cthulhu and Oz kind of have their own built-in fandoms. But there are people that are fans of one that have never heard of the other, or aren't as familiar with the other, at least. And so share it around and let people know that this is a cool way to experience a new fandom and familiar characters in new lights. So there really is something for everybody in this book.
So Wendy Gale, as we know, is the next Gail Simone. Can she tell me something? What do you think, Sony? Can she tell me something?
I'll allow it.
All right, Sony has allowed it. And as Richard Kent says, hold on. Here, this is not what he said. No, and done. Richard Kent knows what's up. So
that's right.
So what is Wendy going to say? This book has been so inspiring. ...
She's leaving us in suspense.
Leaving us in suspense. It has been so inspiring. It's not even out yet. It's already been inspiring to Wendy. So let's just say that. ... Or is that it? Is that it? Maybe
that was it. It's been inspiring to me to see all of these creators come together and see their work and their progress and the camaraderie between, like you said, 52 different creators here, names on this book. It has been absolutely inspiring. And, coloring for the team, leveled me up. Like I'm a better creator for having worked on this book. So absolutely, it has been inspiring.
Well, and Wendy's already written a script for Cthulhu Invades Wonderland.
All right.
I mean, she's the next Gail Simone, so I mean, she's got to get in.
Yeah.
I mean, if I have to choose you one, so you're out, Sony. That's too bad.
That's valid. That's fair. Like if anybody's gonna push me out, I'm glad it was Wendy and not some loser like was it David Galliano.
Right. You don't want David Galliano, definitely.
No.
Maybe you can talk to Richard Kemp. He can do some art for you. Maybe you'll have a shot. If you beg Richard Kemp.
I had to get Richard on there. He gets it done. So
he gets it done. But yes, guys, we've been here 2 hours. We've entertained you. We've helped you. If you haven't backed, please back. If you're entertained and you just want to give us an extra $1, we'll take it. We'll take anything.
Absolutely.
A share, anything. We've given you 2 hours and 3 minutes of our time. Sony has 15 kids. Give or take.
Yeah, exactly 15. 15. I was going to name them all. I'm not going to do it. We don't have that much time.
Wendy Gail Simone. See? Already has it. Thank you guys for spending time with us. We love you. Back Cthulhu Invades Oz. We will be back on Monday. I would almost pay Sony to draw for him.
Ooh, that's impressive. That is, thank you so much.
Almost, almost pay?
Almost pay.
What does that mean?
Almost. He'd wave the $1 in front of my face and then snatch it away as I reached for it.
He says, "Damn, I thought I was busy with 7 kids." Well, you're in Kansas. You're in Kansas, right, Sony? You said
Oklahoma.
That's all there is to do is make kids there.
Exactly. Yeah. There's dodge tornadoes and have kids. Actually, if you map it out, all of my kids' birthdays fall in between World of Warcraft expansions. So
same. Mike got me another comic. Thank you. No, absolutely enjoy it, brother. But we're gonna sign off. Good night. God bless. See you guys later.